Hello and welcome to the Nintendo Network and the death of one of my favorite jokes. Well, that group of spirits has more spirits than Final Fantasy. Although I got a lot of mileage out of that joke, I've also mentioned the series deserves a lot more than it got in the base game of Ultimate, and these spirits, and Sephiroth, are a welcome addition to the game. Plus, they finally got a better spirit picture for Cloud. I mean, it may have taken 2 years, but the series is getting the proper love. So let's jump into these spirits and try to learn why Cloud never used a Phoenix down on Aerith. This is every Final Fantasy spirit battle explained. Man, I thought I'd never have to say that. The Tifa spirit is represented by Mii Brawler, as Tifa uses her fist as a mean of attacks. The outfit will change from the one you see me battling against, or the Tifa Mii costume if you have it purchased. You fight it out on Reset Bomb Forest, which seems to represent Sector 7, her home, which the sector does get destroyed, much like the progression of this stage. The Mii Brawler will also have increased speed and attack over time, a nod to her premium heart item, which is one of her most powerful weapon items that increases her power when her limit meter is higher. Let the battle begin, the normal battle theme from Final Fantasy plays. The Barret spirit is represented by Mii Gunner, and much like Tifa, will change appearances depending on if you have the Mii outfit, or like you see here if you don't. Mii Gunner is also a great choice as one of Barret's arms is a gun. I never played 7, but I think I'll like Barret when I get around to it finally. There are also 3 Mii Brawlers that represent Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse, his team also known as Avalanche, that he is leading when you first encounter him. The Brawler that is Jesse will start with a bomb as her specialty is explosives. As I've never heard of these 3 before, let me guess, they die in the game, don't they? Exploding type items will commonly spawn in the stamina battle, nodding to the early missions in the game where Cloud teams up with Avalanche to bomb a Mako reactor. Whatever a Mako reactor is. Opening. Bomb mission plays. The Aerith spirit is represented in one of 2 ways. First off, if you purchased the Aerith Mii costume, you'll face a Mii sword fighter with her clothing. If you didn't, you'll face Zelda, which has been used in many situations as Aerith from the Cloud reveal trailer and even recently Sephiroth's. Mostly represents Sephiroth's permadeath scene with her. A Cloud ally will also be there to help her as he was a bodyguard for her early in the game. Although from what we know, he didn't do a very good job of that, now did he? Zelda will focus on her Den Fire's attack as a nod to Aerith's magical abilities and will heal, a nod to her healing abilities as well. You must defeat the Zelda Mii sword fighter to win as Aerith's theme appropriately plays. The Red 13 spirit has you facing a Duck Hunt dog as they are both puppies. You fight it out on Gerudo Valley, meant to represent Red's home at Cosmo Canyon. Duck Hunt will have uncontrollable speed, you'll take dashing damage from him, and it has increased speed and less weight, all referencing not only Red having the fastest speed stat of any party member, but his limit break ability Sledge Fang, which Red will pounce on his enemies. The tracked Cosmo Canyon plays. The Cid spirit is represented by Link because blonde hair? I mean, Cid's weapon is a very long sword, or poking stick maybe. Works well enough. You battle it out in the halberd, as it represents Cid's own airship, the High Wind. The Jeff Assist Trophy will also spawn during the battle as a nod to Cid's limit break ability, which involves the High Wind blasting its opponents with a barrage of missiles. Which, when you really think about it, seems really unfair as a limit break when characters like Tifa is just punching harder, but Cid uses an airship. You battle it out to opening bomb mission, a nod to his ship blowing things up, I'm sure. The Kate Sith spirit is represented by Roy Koopa. Roy was chosen as Kate sits upon a giant white cat, which gives Big the Cat vibes, and honestly the white cat and tiny creatures on top of it sort of give the feeling of the Koopalings on the Koopa Clown car. Yeah, it can be a stretch, but it still kind of works, and I've seen much further stretches in these spirit battles. Along with Roy, there are 3 Mr. Game & Watches that favor their side special Judge, a nod to Sith's limit break ability Slot, which summons toy soldiers, and his other limit break Dice, which does different things depending on the roll of the dice, much like the different Judge numbers. You battle it out on New Pork City, a nod to the Golden Saucer where Sith lives. PictoChat plays. This kind of sounds like his own theme, a little bit. The Yuffie spirit is represented by Sheik while in Gara Plains. Sheik is used as Yuffie is a quick, nimble female fighter, much like Sheik. Gara Plains represents Watuyas, I don't know, Yuffie's homeland. I'm sure I'm going to be roasted for not pronouncing that one right. Sheik will focus on items and they will gravitate towards her, plus only spherical items will appear A nod to Yuffie being a materials thief, and materia are all around. Cosmo Canyon plays during the fight. The Vincent spirit is represented by a wolf while battling on Luigi's mansion. Wolf will also grow giant after taking some damage. This is a nod to Vincent's limit break Galleon beast, which transforms him into a horned werewolf. Luigi's mansion as a stage represents Shinra Mansion, the location where you first meet Vincent. Wolf will favor his neutral special, his blaster, a nod to Vincent being a gun wielder when not becoming a giant monster. Nothing to Lose plays, a track from Castlevania, which perhaps is a nod to Vincent's monstrous forms. The Turks and Rufus Shinra spirit is represented by Robin as Rufus and a band of Mii swordsmen, brawlers, and gunners as the Turks. No, that's Turkleton. Rufus is the president of the Shinra Electric Company, and the Turks are a special Black Ops force employed by him. The swordsmen and brawlers represent Reno and Rude respectively, and the two gunners represent Alina and Singh. You battle it out on 4-side as it represents the giant skyscraper, the Shinra building located high in the Midgar skyline. Robin will also start the battle with a steel diver, a nod to Rufus using a double-barrel shotgun, and exploding type items will commonly spawn. Those Who Fight plays while you battle, a track from Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, in particular when the Turks are fighting the remnants of Sephiroth. The Bahamut Zero Spirit is represented by Giant Ridley, in particular in his Meta Ridley outfit, a nod to Zero being a giant demon-like creature, also infused with cybernetics. You fight it out on Midgar as Ridley will gain sudden final smashes, as Ridley's final smash, Plasma Scream, is much like Zero's signature move, Terra Flame, which is a destructive beam-like attack much like Ridley's. Those Who Fight Further plays, a track from Final Fantasy Advent Children, as Bahamut does appear in that movie, although in another form, his Sin form. The Chocobo and Moogle spirit is represented in one of two ways. In both, there is a Kirby ally as the Moogle. If you have purchased the Chocobo Mii outfit, you will face a Mii Brawler in it, or a Mii Brawler in a yellow outfit and looks like Super Saiyan hair. The Kirby will start the battle with a Babam item, nodding to the Chocobo and Moogle summon, and Final Fantasy VII Remake where the Moogle will throw a bomb. The Kuko item will commonly spawn as well, as the Chocobo is basically a giant chicken. This battle is also taking place on Garden Hope, probably meaning to be a Chocobo farm. Flowerfield plays, a nod to the upbeat music playing when you're with your Chocobo. The Shiva spirit has you battling a Zero Suit Samus while on the summit stage. Zero Suit was used for its blue suit, and well, her figure is very similar to Shiva, a summon in Final Fantasy VII that is capable of manipulating ice and uses ice-based attacks, hence Summit. The Freezy item will also commonly spawn, as will the Crystal Assist trophy that uses ice-based attacks. The track Genova plays. The Ifrit spirit is represented by Bowser while on Norfair. The floor is lava as Bowser's attack and speed will boost over time, a nod to the Fiery Summons ability, and Bowser will utilize his fire-based attacks as well. Fight On plays, a nod to in the game Crisis Core when Zack battles Ifrit. And that is every Final Fantasy Spirit Battle explained. Again, shocked I can finally say that in general. I know these spirits only scratch the surface of not just Final Fantasy VII, but the franchise as a whole, and honestly I grabbed Final Fantasy VII for my Switch during Christmas, and hopefully I'll be able to tackle it soon. Although I have been pretty engrossed in Jurassic World Evolution, and if you've seen any of my other videos, yeah, I'm going to put a lot of hours into that game. But I'm very excited to eventually get to 7. Thank you for joining me here at the Nintendo Network. What was your favorite Final Fantasy Spirit Battle, and what characters do you think should have been added with these? I'm really curious about that. Let me know in the comments below. If you like this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, join the Discord, and consider helping out on Patreon. As always, this is the Nintendo Network, signing off.